Al, some stuff happens this week.
Yeah,
We get
some stuff.
a dessert is mentioned and
Yes.
brought into this, so there is a reason why it's named this after the episode is named like this,
Yes.
for sure. Hello, welcome to this week's episode of Jared Now Watch Love Live Superstars, episode 33. I'm Jared, joined as always by Doc Al and Lady
Hello.
We are discussing season 3, episode number 9, entitled Salzburger Nockerl.
It's a dessert.
It's a dessert. We learned about that last week because we
Yep,
looked it up.
we did.
So yeah, all there's 11 members in Liel now, and they're all happy except Wien's just like, yeah, whatever. I'm here.
She's still got an independent streak to her.
She does. Everyone wants to like just buddy up with her. She's like, I don't really wanna. I'm not really that interested.
I don't know you.
I'm gonna do my own thing if that's fine. And that's kind of just how this goes, and everyone's just very concerned and confused about why she doesn't want to be friends with them.
Mm-hmm.
And just, hey, people sometimes just don't want to be pals, even if you're in a big group.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Business relationships. That's essentially what Wien's trying to do here.
Yeah. She's like, I literally don't know you guys. I
Yeah,
know of you because
we've been rivals.
yeah, but like I don't know you. Like her and Kineko basically are like, yeah, don't actually know anything about you.
Yeah. Kineko is very adamant about trying to become friends with her and doing things with her, but then Wien's just like, I'm just going to beat you at all these things and everyone else at all these things. And everyone's like, no, what do we do?
No,
Oh, no.
but we must be
Uh
friends.
huh. They eventually come up with an idea of like doing group practices of like separating them into like 6 and 5. That way they can have more focused in on training, and then like they can also do their big group practices every day as well. That way they can just like make things better for people who need, maybe work on specific things and all that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Kanon's like, here, we're doing this to Wied, and she's like, nah, I'm good. I can do my own thing. It's fine. um, and then they basically come up with an idea of be like, okay, well, what if instead of us trying to force our way into you being friends with you and everything, we look at this from a different perspective, and like they're like, all right, okay, we got the first part of Love Live's coming up. We need to come up with like a dance routine and song and all that sort of stuff. What if we have you be this like independent spectator, and just look at how we're practicing and everything, and come up with some ideas in terms of how we could basically do this better, because you can come at this with a non-biased opinion, because like you're not as necessarily as buddy with everyone, so you're not gonna like have preconceived notions or like take people's emotions into effect when it comes to making your decisions and everything. So what if we do that? And she's like, okay, cool, let's do that. um so she basically just watches in on all the practices, has like a little notepad, making notes, jotting things down and everything. I think it's an interesting little like idea of like having someone be like a strategist
Right.
in one of these groups, because like none of the other ones really have that
No.
in a way. So like it's an interesting little thing that they can have her do essentially. And then like they have their big group practice and everything, and she watches and they're like, all right, okay, we didn't tell us what you thought about things, and like give us what you think. And she's like, okay, Kineko, you're not doing well. We need to hide you. Natsumi, we can't put you next to your sister because you two have too big of a or like a gap between you two, and it really shows when you're next to each other, so we can't have you next to her. And everyone's like,
Ugh.
and then like, okay, how would you have this formation? And she's like, okay, Kineko and Natsumi, you're going in the back, we're hiding you essentially to make things look better. And everyone's just kind of like, oh, I mean, hey, this is what we asked you to do. And then Kiriko and Natsumi are kind of just like, oh, this sucks, but yeah, okay, I guess we'll do this. Also, there's been a B plot throughout this episode of Wien and Kanon's sister making the aforementioned Salzburger Nockerl dessert that Wien is, likes because it's from Austria, where she's from. She's like, this is a dessert. I know how to make it. I'm going to teach you how to make it, and then maybe we'll sell it. I don't know. So it's the B plot is her teaching her how to make this, and then that's kind of one of the ways that Kanon and the third years come up with this idea of having Wien kind of be the strategist of the group for now. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but then after that practice where Wien gives all her thoughts and everything, she kind of comes home and is just like, ugh. Just melts into her room, just like, I don't, nah, that kind of sucked. Kind of made people feel bad, I guess. That's not great. Um, and Kanan goes up to talk to her and just like, hey, you doing all right? And she's like, ugh. She gives like this whole speech of being like, no, hey, people gotta have talent, obviously, if you want to be a school idol, but also, you gotta have heart, you gotta have determination, you gotta connect with people and connect with each other in order to really succeed in this sort of stuff. So like, even if like you're very talented, like moi, of course, that doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna translate that to making a group better if like you can't necessarily connect everyone together in the same sort of way. And Khan's like, oh my god, you actually like school idols this way, it's amazing. And we was like,
She's just bawling.
huh, you have some tissues please, don't make my uniform wet.
Please.
So yeah, that happens, and then she's like, all right, cool, let's that's great, everything. And then she gets some visitors and they're like, huh, what, who's coming to see me? And Kiriko and Natsumi show up and are like, hey, we want you to train us, we want to get better, we don't want to be like the weak links to hold this group back or anything. Like, if you think we have things that we need to improve upon, like, help us out and let's do this, regardless of like, us being older or anything. Like, we want you to help us out and make us better, essentially. And Rian's just like, huh? Huh?
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know about this. And Khan just throws a jacket at her, like, hey, it's going to get cold out. You don't want to freeze. And it's funny because Rian's like, you should probably come too. And Khan's just like, nah, I'm good. I don't got to do this anymore. I've put my Mary Sue jersey in the rafters. I'm retired.
Honestly, good for her.
Yeah, good for her. So Wien takes these two out. They go training and they get some dancing done, and it gets better. And they're like, "Yay, we get better!" And the other third years are like, "That's a weird group, anyways." And then this leads us to, I guess, the first bit of Love Live where they perform the opening song, which was interesting. Because you got to see your favorite outfits again.
Ugh. They're hideous, man.
Wien gets to say some words to be a big hype man for this first performance and everything. And then they perform and they're like, "Yay, we did good things, yay!" And then we
Yay.
also see that they're selling the dessert now. It's
Yes.
Wien and Kanon's sister's special dessert, and it had a little drawing on it. It was very
Little cute
funny.
cartoon drawing. It was
Yeah.
really cute.
So yeah. I mean, kind of a nothing episode in this grand scheme of things, but also I do like the way of like them showing that Wien necessarily doesn't want to be buddy buddy with everyone, but also like giving her this different kind of role that benefits everyone in a way that isn't necessarily something I would have expected, but it
Hmm.
makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Yeah. It absolutely does. I feel like it would have been weird if Wien was automatically like, all right, cool, we're
Yeah,
friends now.
yeah, 100%.
Because like that's not who she is.
No,
And she's been rivals with him for a while now. So like it's gonna take her a while to break out of that. Even like with her being a part of a group with Kanan, she still has that rivalry perspective with Kanan.
yeah, and even like when all like the rest of them were like asking Conan about her, they're like, Conan's like, that's just how she is. She takes a while to open up to people. You can't really force things with her. Like, it's probably the way your guys are going about it ain't gonna work, but
Nope. Uh,
So yeah, interesting little thing that they did in this episode for sure.
yeah, yeah, the strategist thing was interesting.
Mhm.
But I probably would have cried like a baby if somebody's like, man, you suck, get in the
Yeah.
back.
Hey, sometimes you need that brutal honesty to get better.
I guess, yeah, I still would have cried.
Yes, you are, you are baby.
I am baby.
Our end card this week is of Kineko, Wien, and Natsumi. They're drinking drinks.
They're drinking drinks.
That's it.
Um,
So go
we
ahead.
also found out that Chisato has a house.
Doesn't live in the taco cart.
Apparently that's been a theory. Like we were
It's
talking about
very
that before we
funny.
started the stream, but like apparently people have theorized that she lived in the takoyaki truck.
It's very funny.
But the answer is no. She has a room
She has an actual
somewhere.
room.
So
So
that
yeah.
was funny.
Uh,
Also, like so many things in her room are round. I don't know if you noticed that or not.
she loves round things.
She does
Maru.
love round Maru.
But that's gonna do it for us this week.
Hmm.
Next time we will be discussing season 3, episode number 10, entitled Kinoko Sakurakoji. Finally, we'll get some backstory on the most milquetoast character in the series, I guess.
Woo!
Yay!
Yay!
Maybe they can make her interesting
Woo!
for once.
God, wouldn't that be cool?
But that's going to do it for us this week. If you'd like more from us, head on over to seasonalanimeCheckup.com or sec.cool where you can find past episodes of this podcast and other podcasts like Seasonal Anime Checkup OVA. You can also find columns and reviews on the site as well. If you'd like more from Ann Ladium, go to annladium.com. She's got columns and reviews. You can follow us on Twitter and TikTok at Anime Checkup. Follow us on Blue Sky at seasonalanimecheckup.com. Buy our books, One Shiny Moment, a critical analysis of Love, Life, Sunshine, Hot Tubs, and Pac-Man on Amazon.com. And you can support us on Patreon, patreon.com/SACOVA. So join us next time as we get a full episode devoted to Kineko.
Milk toast.